Vacation. Took a 6-day vacation to Scottsdale, and don't you know, the first day I get out there, I get V11. Been waiting 3 months for it, so let's take a look. So, tap to explore. A few new items have moved under controls here. New customizable bottom bar with options. Pretty cool. New temperature quick controls. I like that. That looks cool. And there we are. Home link, home. And I've already opened my garage door. So let's back out. This is new. Lots of new looks here. Fasten seat belts. I gotta fasten my seat belt. I just hope I've got full self-drive. Okay, so we do have full self-driving beta. Yes, yes, yes. And you can be suspended, so you got to keep a little torque on the wheel. Release notes from 10.8. I've seen those before. Full self-driving beta improvements. There's the full self-driving beta. Can't wait to see it. Driving visualization improvements. Cabin camera. I think if you don't keep torque on the wheel, they're going to use your camera to see what you're doing. Light show, we'll look at that later, but let's worry. A lot of nice new features. This is the Christmas TikTok, Sonic, another game, Sudoku, subwoofer, cold. We'll look at all of these over time. I want to see full self-driving. So let's come out of here and go into nav. Why can't I come out of where is this? Wow, it is radically different. So I can't even come out of controls. Oh, there you go. Swipe down. Okay. So navigate. Let's go to. We'll just go towards this park where I play pickleball and see how it looks. I'm going to hook you up to my little display here, our mount. Hopefully you'll be able to see everything nice. Okay, hopefully you can see everything. And put it in drive. And hopefully we will be able to put it in autopilot soon. Up the road here. Let's try. Nope, won't go into autopilot yet. Not autopilot, but full self-driving, really. Now I may need to drive a little bit to be able to. Oh, you know what? I bet you I haven't engaged it. So let's double check under. I assume under autopilot. Yeah, full self-driving, beta, car must be in park. Let's engage it, go through the standard warning. Beta, yes. Okay, looks like that's all you have to do to engage it. And it looks like you have to swipe down to get rid of that. This is nice, little different Ah, look at this. Yes, finally. Uh, and it looks like that is what enables the full self-driving right there, that little icon. And you can cancel it, I guess. So I will put it into drive. And there it goes. Now you got to keep your hands on the wheel. And I sort of held it a little too hard. So let's engage it again. Okay, there we go. Wow, it's driving fast. Slow down, car. Hasn't picked up, I think the speed limit here is 15. There's just some stuff flying over, but it is driving in my neighborhood for the first time. And here's a, oh, it is 25. So it's going a full 25. Wow, this graphic here is nice. Let's, oh, that's great. You can slide that over. I love this view. Wow. So you can make the full self-driving. There's a car coming up. Picked it up. Going around it. Keeping a little torque. There's a little island. It drove around it nicely. Hopefully you can see this. Stopping by itself. And it's got to peek out a little further. And it should be able to decide now to go. Sees a car coming, hesitates. Pretty, very hesitant there to make that right turn. And it's going 8 over the speed limit. I'm going to throttle that back. That's what I have my autopilot set to, 8 over the speed limit. On local roads, it's probably not that good, so I'm going to go down to the speed limit and have it just drive at the speed limit. There's deer around here. I wonder if it picked it up. I didn't see if it picked up the deer. Wow, the graphics are really bright colors. A nasty little turn here to the left. Let's see how it does. Got my hands on the wheel. And it does it well. Wow, that's great. Slow down. Some people here. Let's see if it picks up. Yep, it picks up. I don't think it picked up the dog. And I believe I'm going to be making a right up here. At the stop sign. Now it's dark out. It's actually a little tough to see the end of the road and the double yellow line, but it picks it up pretty cleanly here. Okay, sees the stop sign, slowing down. Put the blinker on. This is so cool. And it really pulls up to, oops, saw the car, very nice. Now it's got to move here. The car's coming. Wow. Jumped fast there. Turned a little bit. Let me turn off these lights. Hopefully you can see okay. A little choppy on that right turn. Just a little bit. Put on high beams. That's nice. Speed limit's 35. I've got it set to 35. I'm going to crank it up 5 here. A little bit of a turn here to the left. And it's doing it well. Notice how it picks up the white line around versus the curb. So the curb's red, line white, double yellow. Can't see, there wasn't, can't necessarily see, I don't even know if there is a white line. There's a white line on the left. Okay, red light first. Let's see which way we're going here. We're going to go straight. Going straight through a green light. Didn't touch, didn't do anything. Slow down just a touch, but did great there. Again, I'm keeping a little bit of torque on the wheel. Hands are on the wheel. car's, it's got to slow down here because that car's turning. Braked. I would have probably slowed down as soon as I saw the person put their blinker on. I would have probably slowed down a little bit. It had to, I don't know if it broke, had to brake there, or just did the decel, but it was a little tough, not as smooth as I think a human might be. This is interesting. A really wide right lane here, and it's doing well. It's staying where I would normally stay, which is on the left side by the double yellow line. Now it's got to shift over here a little bit, and it does. Yep, it picks up the curb coming in. Now we have two hairpin turns here, a full right turn and then a full left turn, but it's one road. You can see all the signage up here. It's really going to have to slow down. I'm going to bring it down to the speed limit. I'm curious if it slows down in advance, and it does. Nice. Now this is a really sharp right. Did that great. And we got a real sharp left up here. Let's see how it does. Puts on the blinker, which is not necessary. There's no stop sign here. Interesting. Interesting. It's acting like there is a stop sign or a T intersection, and it doesn't know what to do. It's hesitating. I guess it's afraid that car is going to go. Then it finally went. So it did not do too good there. There was a car coming up behind me. Now we have a very tough left turn here. I believe we'll be making a left. Because it's hard to see the traffic on the left. So let's see how it does. I've got a car behind me. It's going to have to creep out to be able to see around the curb here. And it's... wow. It creeped out relatively quickly and jumped in front of that car. So it actually did that pretty well. Pretty similar to what I would do. Here's a pretty hard right turn with a car there. Did it exactly like I would have. I might have slowed down a little bit more. It's very aggressive. I wonder if I'll have to check the settings if it is on aggressive driving. I think I am. Sorry for the coughing. I don't have COVID. But, this is a real dark road, and it's doing well. Look how great it identifies the lines, and it's dark as it can be out. Traffic coming ahead of me, and it's doing great. It's doing 8 over the speed limit. I'm going to throttle down a little bit. A little bit of hesitation every once in a while, sort of odd hesitation. Maybe it's just unsure of the surroundings. And it's really dark to see these lines, and it's in the center lane, perfectly center on a very dark road. Now it turns on the high beams, you can see the road much better. But a minute ago, the road was pretty dark. The right line here is not complete, and it's still calculating the edge of the road. Really nice. It's doing a great job, yeah. That red line, understanding the right edge of the road, and also understanding the double yellow line. This is really cool. Hopefully we are still live. I think we are. Now we have a hard left and a hard right here coming up. Let's see how it does. Let's go to stop sign. Again, zero takeovers here. Really stops well in advance of the stop sign. Creeps up. Nobody coming, and then it goes. Wow. Now it's got to make another right, I believe, right here. And there's a car there. Slow down, and wow, perfect. Perfect. That's quite impressive, because those are just sharp little turns that it's got to pull off with a car sitting there. A little aggressive in the speed here. I'm going to throttle down the speed limit. Hidden stop light here. You can see one of them, but it got it, and it's going to pull up to the line. It really comes up slow, and it stops a little before normal. Green light, go, needs to go, and it does. A little slow and starting there, but not too bad. Sometimes if it's so slow, the car, like that car that was in front of us there, might have thought we were waiting for it, but because I would have probably started up a little quicker. I'm going to throttle down to the fiber of this speed limit here. These roads are dark, so wow, right there, no line around that curve, and it did perfect. Barely a middle line here, and it's doing really well. Staying dead center. It really recognizes the center of the lane. On some of these roads, the line markings are just really faded or non-existent. And it's doing a great job of figuring out where the road is. Now, perfect example right here. Hard to see the center line, but it's doing great. It's going pretty fast, which is probably how fast I would drive on this road, because there's somebody behind me, and we're staying just right in front of them. So you could drive pretty fast. Now the speed limit comes down to 35 here. Let's see if it slows down. And it does, but it slows down to 8 over my speed limit. I think I'm going to have to adjust that, because 8 over on local roads is just a little much. Red light. I think we're going to go straight through. So the blue line, by the way, oh yeah, and I like how it does a bird's eye view. Notice how it's picking up all the cars in this intersection. Whoa! It just wanted to go through a red light. I'm going to hit, I think, the record button. Wow. Unless it was going to do a right turn. No, it wasn't going to do a right turn. Maybe it thought it was doing a right turn, a right on red. But wow. I got to actually back up a little. That was not good. I think I basically saved it from going through a red light with traffic coming. I'm going to drive through this intersection. So that was my first takeover. Okay, let's continue. See how it does. Throttling down again. It decides on the right lane to get in here. It has to get in the right lane to go straight through this intersection. So it made a good decision there. Some of these things are just so natural to us humans, but it's truly remarkable that it can figure this stuff out on its own. Notice we're going to have a real tricky little turn here, so I'm curious how it's going to do. It's going to go through this green light. Nice. limit, but this is a decent speed for this road that I drive on a lot. Cars are behind me, but the speed limit is 25, I think, on this road, and I'm doing 33. I don't want to push it. Some turns coming up here. It's taking, it's just doing a fabulous job at staying in the lane perfectly on all these local roads. So probably would go a little faster. After this red light, I'll see if it will go faster than my 8 over, meaning on a local road, can I ask it to do any speed. Let's also see how fast it starts up here on a green when it turns green. It's slow to start. I would definitely punch it a little bit more. Not punch it, but okay, so I'm going to set my speed to 45. Let's see if it goes up to that. And it does. So it looks like you can set whatever speed you want, which is a little dangerous. There probably is some max now. Some really crazy turns here. Notice on the map, and we'll watch. Now it's got to be in the left lane, though, and it took its time to get over to that lane, but it did get over. Oops. Oh, so you can only go full or normal split. So I'm going to go full. We have to make a left here and then up the road a little bit, a hairpin right turn. Very curious how it does. Put the blinker on by itself. While we're waiting, let's quickly check where average. So full. So I'm not assertive. I'm basically in average. Traffic light and stoplight control. Cancel auto steer to disable. Okay, so you can click this to come out of that. So your bottom left button used to have an X that you would click, and there's no more X. That's what I was struggling to figure out how to get rid of it. I think I'm going to put my speed limit on the speed limit because that hairpin turn is going to be tricky. Again, you can sort of see the turn we're going to have to make right here. Hopefully you can see the screen. Okay, I think you can. Okay, here we go. Okay, starts up. And it's making a left. There it goes. And now it's got to slow down because this turn is really sharp. Let's see how it does. I got to put the hands on the wheel. Wow. I did not think it could do it that smoothly and that perfectly. There was a car behind me, and boy, it did that great. Like almost identical to how I would take that turn. That was impressive. Okay, I think I can go a little faster here on this road. There's a narrow bridge here. I wonder if it'll hesitate. Not too bad. It did, yep. Slowed down in the middle of the bridge. The center line disappeared, and it's pretty narrow. It's not as narrow as some of the roads, bridges near me. There's one bridge I've never been able to go with autopilot through. I'm curious whether full self-driving is going to be able to make it. There's actually two really tough bridges that come down. You have to make a left right before the bridge, and curious if it's going to handle those. Slowing down every once in a while. We've got a red light up here. We're going to make a right, I believe. The car's driving itself. Now there was a little aggressive on the turn to green. That was interesting. Whereas the startup from get stop on a green is a little bit slower. Now there's a crosswalk here, and it doesn't seem to do anything. Sometimes I think I've seen autopilot slow down or stop at that crosswalk. Braking a little fast. I saw the person put on their blinker. I would have slowed down a little bit and not had to slow down that hard. Now we have to make the unprotected left with cars. It's going to have to wait for the cars to go. Let's see if it knows what it's doing. So there's the blue line that it knows it has to make a left. Creeps out a little awkward there. And it goes. It's a little funky. And I wonder if it's actually going to pull into the park here or not, or if it's just going to stop on this road. And it passed the road, past the entrance to the park, and I don't know where it's going. And I think it's just coming to a stop. Yeah, so we're here. So I don't know whether a destination into a park would actually take you into the park, but that was interesting. So let me just stop for a second, make sure my camera's still running. I hope it is. So you got all of that. Yeah, I think we're live still. Cool. Okay, so let's go backwards. Actually, no. Let's go to. Okay, so you have to slide that back, and let's see where we want to go because I want to try this one road, Buck Hotel. So let's go to the Buck Hotel. Buck Hotel. I could have typed it in. I mean, set it with. Okay. So I think I just double tap to start it. Oh, it's one tap, then it starts. And there's cars coming. Get going, get going. There it goes. It's a little. Oh, it's not engaged. There we go. That was weird. Oh, one tap is going to be just cruise from a dead stop, and double tap. It's trying to decide here. So no turn on red. Let's see if it acknowledges that, because I think it does turn on red if there's no sign, no turn on red. It's creeping up like it wants to make a right on red, and it says no turn on red, and oh, well, it turned green, but it sure acted like it wanted to make a right on red there. We'll have to investigate that further if it can read no turn on red signs. Luckily it turned green. Again, a crosswalk here with a divider in between. It's going a little fast. Throttle down. Didn't hesitate to go through that crosswalk. So I was saying earlier that I've been waiting 3 months for full self-driving, and I go on vacation, and I had a 98 score for the longest time. Finally got it to 99, but I still would not get the full self-driving beta. So I go on vacation on the 25th. I left on the 25th, and on that day, or the 26th, the V11 comes out, and I guess they were waiting to give us full self-driving with a 99 score until the. So I'm in Phoenix, and I get the alert that a software update is available, but I'm not there. I had to wait 6 days to come home. I was home for 5 minutes, and I jumped in my car and got finally to now experience full self-driving, and it's pretty insane. By the way, I was quoted by a Washington Post author, and I was in a Washington Post article all about the Tesla full self-driving and how us beta testers are guinea pigs, in a sense, to test full self-driving and experiment with it. So it was interesting. Very nice author. I can't remember his name. I'll have to look it up. And we talked for a long time about how it's pretty unheard of in the auto industry to put out such an advanced piece of software. Talking about beta, this is almost alpha software, in the sense that it's really not ready for prime time, because you have to be watching it and ready to take over. I don't know whether a lot of people will use full self-driving that are sort of casual drivers, because it still can make mistakes, so you basically have to constantly watch it. Will it go through the yellow light? And it does. Interesting. Now, that is arguably, I'm going to mark that. I think that's our camera descent information. I would have probably stopped in that situation. I gotta keep throttling down my 8 over. I think next red light, I'm going to readjust that. That 8 over is a little nasty. Nice how it's slowing down here, letting that person. Did that perfect. Did that perfect. Now it's really dark here. I can't even see. There it goes. Nice. Puts the headlights on. Maybe I'll throttle up here, 5 over. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll set my speed limit to 5 over instead of 8 over. There's an adjustment for need some water. Whoa, just steering wheel is going a little crazy. That would freak out most people. It just did a hard left, hard right turn of the steering wheel while creeping. A little unsmooth there. Don't know whether the average driver accept that kind of behavior. It was pretty crazy. Does a nice job to get into the left lane here all by itself. I'm at a red light, so let's see if I can adjust that autopilot. Set speed, yeah, the +8. Let's do +5. Ooh, left on green. Green arrow left, and it did it. Nice. Very nice. Probably shouldn't have been adjusting my offset. Let's see if this offset works now. It might take a little while to take effect because it's still 8 over. That might be the autopilot offset. I wonder whether there's a separate full self-driving offset. This road's only 25. We're already doing 8 over. But I've got cars behind me. I think I'm gonna do the 8 over. I don't want to get a speeding ticket in full self-driving. Many people drive faster on this road. Ooh, slow it down there for some reason. It's doing good, bud. So I'm heading towards it's going to be a little while. Heading towards a underpass bridge that is a really nasty left turn right before the bridge, and then almost a 90-degree turn to the left, and then right after the bridge, a 90-degree turn to the right. And I'm very curious. Autopilot has never been able to do it. I'm curious what full self-driving will. Okay, so here again we have a red light, no turn on red. Does it read the no turn on red? And it looks like it's going to try to creep out. I got my foot ready to hit the brake, and it should not go, but it looks like it wants to. I got to hit the brake. So it looks like it does not read no turn on red signs, which is not good. Unless there's a setting for that. Let me see. Customize nav on autopilot. I don't think this is where it would be. There's no, other than this, it doesn't seem like there's a customized full self-driving. Traffic light and stop sign control. Automatic blind spot camera. That's pretty cool. Let's turn that on. Show, that's I think a new feature. So it's repeater blind spot. Speed limit warning, speed limit. Oh, offset. I thought I set that to 5 over. Why did that go back? Was there another? Oh, what's this one? Set speed. And this one is offset. So there's 2 offsets. I don't know what the difference is. So let's turn this back on. Okay, autopilot. Turn that off. Okay, so it went to 5 over the speed limit now, so that's good. Oh, blind spot. Did you see that? That's pretty cool. So I guess when you change lanes, it shows you your blind spot. Very cool. I sort of like that. Yeah, you don't have to turn your head. You can just look down there and see in your blind spot. Great feature. Wow, look how it picks up all the lanes. It's such a nice understanding of your surroundings. And it's pitch black out. I can barely see the lines. It's figured them all out. Now it's got to get in the turning lane here. This will be interesting. It looks like most people cheat over there. Whoa, little too close to that car. I had to hit the brake. And it should not go through this. Please don't. A little tough. Okay, this is going to be a tough left. Gotta keep my hands and feet right by the brake. There's a lot of cars. Don't know why this is on now. Wow, I don't know whether it can do this because there's just so much traffic coming at me to make a left. And hopefully it'll stop. It doesn't go into the. I've seen this in a lot of videos. It does not creep out into the intersection, which a lot of us do, to then make a left after the traffic stops. So you can get stuck here, but I think there's a green arrow left, which it should recognize, and it should go. But if there was no green arrow left and there was a lot of traffic coming this way, we would just sit here almost forever until there was until the light was green and there was absolutely no traffic coming across, because it won't creep out and be able to make that left after the light turns yellow or red and the cars stop coming at us. I don't know why this turn here. Okay, green, and it goes. Nice. A little tricky here to find, but it found it perfect. Really nice job there. Okay, so that is the Buck Hotel ahead of us, and I'm curious how the navigation ends. Does it just end as it gets to the address, or does it actually pull into establishments? Because it did not pull into the park when I went to the previous destination. So we make, I don't want to go there. Okay, so it might have been just trying to make a left there. The entrance is really up here on the, right there. Now if I just turn on without a destination, I wonder what this does. Oh, okay, yeah, it wanted to go to the right because it just, I guess, wants to drive straight. We will put in home as our I might have had a different destination. So we will put in home as our destination and tell it to go. Okay, there we go. So we are headed towards this really hairpin left and right with a bridge to go under. And there's basically a wall that you've got to avoid, the wall of the bridge. So I'm pretty curious how it does here. It's really cool, all the objects it picks up. You really can see it all around. I love this full scale. Let me show you the turn we have to make right here. Hard left, hard right, and there's a bridge right there. So it's coming up a little while. I'm gonna have to hold the steering wheel tight and be ready to take over. I'll be impressed if it can handle it. Now, we do have a car in front of us. Maybe if I throttle back a whole bunch, because this car will slow down tremendously to make these hairpin turns. So I'm going to throttle down to give us some room. The guy behind me is not going to like me. over on that right turn, but it did great. Speed limit's 25, so it stayed slower than I would normally. Most people speed up right after that turn. Wow, did it. Did great. Recognized the speed limit down to 25 miles an hour as we approached that bridge or underpass. Cool. Okay. Well, I didn't think it would do it. I've never. The problem with the autopilot, it would never slow down when it had to make those turns, those two sharp turns, and so it would just basically take that too fast, and it slowed down to 25 miles over, and then even slower. I'll have to look at the video. Some interesting curves here. Let's see if it stays in its lane. It does. And then there's a V here, a shoot off to the right, and whoa, little close there, but it took it, and it's going a little slow. The speed limit's weird here. It's 25, and it doesn't go up to like 35, 40 until further up this road, but most people go a lot faster, so I'm already at 35, and I still feel like I'm going too slow, just because I know this area. So it's still 25, which is pretty ridiculous, and then eventually we're going to go to, I think, all the way up to 45 on this road. I just feel like I'm driving slow at 35. Yeah, so it switches to 40 right up here. We'll see how it does. So I've got mine set to 35, the speed limit's 25, and it goes to 40, and then it goes 5 over. So every time it reads a speed limit, it goes to 5 over. That speed limit will change. And it should go to 45 and 50, let's see. Yep, it does. So that's pretty nice. The +8 over was a little too fast, especially for roads that were like 25. That 8 over in certain situations on certain local roads wasn't appropriate. So this person's making a right. Let's see how far away it stays from that car in front of me.